everybody, it's Mr. Buro from Staten Island Tech, and today I'm going to be showing you how to use elevation views to control and add or remove levels inside a project file. So what you're looking at right here is a file that we've been using quite a bit. It's a two-story home with some walls on the first floor. The exterior seems to be done. Got windows going all around. There's a couple of exterior doors here on the back, and then there's one or two in the front as well. As you can see, I placed a few desks in the view in the front of the house. There's 3 desks, and then there's 1 desk on this side, 2 in the back, and then on this side there's 1 desk next to this wall. I only did that so we'd have some markers to take a look at the elevation views. You don't really see elevation cameras inside 3D, but if you go to any of the 2D views, like I'll go to this level 1 floor plan, we see these things over here. These are elevation cameras. These cameras create the elevation views here. So for instance, here are the 3 desks that should be in view of this elevation camera. So let's go to that north view. Hopefully that is the north view. And yes, it is. We can see the front of the house and the 3 desks there. This is a 2D view, by the way. The east view is showing the front desks over there, and here's the side of the wall and things like that. Let's go to the south view. This is the back of the house. There's the 2 desks that you see. And then lastly, the west view. The west view has that building over here, which is behind on the other side, and there's that 1 desk on this particular side. So you can see everything in these ways. More importantly, though, I want you to take a look at this. This building has 3 level markers associated with it, even though it's only 2 stories. You can see if I click on an exterior wall, the wall begins at level 1 and goes up to level 3 as a top constraint. And if I click on the roof, you can say the roof is constrained to level 3. So you could quickly modify things in a home just by editing these level markers. So like right here, if that roof is associated with level 3 and the walls are associated with level 3 on the exterior, I could actually take level 3 right here and just type a new height for it. So if I type 30 feet instead of 20 feet, you'll see right away the level marker jumps to 30 feet, and everything associated with it did indeed jump to 30 feet as well. And in 3D, it does look kind of ridiculous that the whole building was extended. The columns extended, the roof moved, these walls over here went ahead and moved. If I hide the walls briefly, you'll see that the interior did stay the same with all the doors and stuff like that. And the windows are still in the correct location because these windows are not associated with level 3. The windows are placed on level 2 or level 1, as you can see. Let me go back and unhide those walls. Now, what I wanted to show you was that inside that elevation view, doesn't matter which one, we can go ahead and adjust that back to 10 feet. If I click on it and drag it, it does the same thing, except you're not really able to watch the number change as much. So I like to just type the number. Okay, so level markers don't necessarily have to be associated with floors of a building, but most often they are, and more importantly, you just have to think of them as constraints or reference points for all objects inside Revit. Now let's go to a new drawing so I can show you how this stuff works from the beginning. So I'm going to go to new, and I'll pick the regular architectural template. We begin over here with level 1 floor plan. There's no 3D view, so let me turn that on right away. I have my 3D view, but in the level 1 floor plan I have nothing. So before I do anything, I like to actually go to an elevation view just to see. By default, we have these 2 level markers. If I wanted to go ahead and adjust these, I could, but I'm not going to. For right now, that is fine. Let me go to my level 1 floor plan. I'm going to create an architectural wall. This will be an exterior wall. I'll pick exterior brick on metal stud, and I'll draw a couple of walls. Doesn't matter what size they are. Let me turn on the fine detail and the consistent color view. So I can see over here that the bricks are indeed on the outside. That's what I want. Let's take a look at that in 3D. Right now, these bricks go up 2 floors because they're unconnected. That is the default. So let's just remind ourselves to change the top constraint so they are connected to level 2. And if I go to that elevation view or one of the side views here, we can see that the walls do indeed go up to level 2. But what I'd like to do first here is I'd like to now add level markers in. The quickest way to add a level marker is from the architecture tab in the menu. Click on level in the datum area, and it's allowing you to either draw a level with a line tool or use pick lines. I always recommend using pick lines and then the offset tool in correspondence with pick lines. If we set offset to 10 feet, as you move your mouse towards level 2, you can see that it does indeed jump downward or upward. You don't want to jump downward because that would put a level exactly on top of where level 1 is. So make sure your mouse is slightly above level 2 to create level 3. Notice also that I'm making a plan view every time I do that. So level 3 was just created, and level 3's floor plan and ceiling plan was also created. I'm going to go ahead and do that a few more times. To 4 and to 5. And then also I'm going to add like a little extra level 6 over there, but I'm going to change level 6 to roof. It asks me if I want to rename the corresponding view. Yes, I do. So now that just changed the roof over here as well. And I'm going to change the height of the roof to 42.5 feet, which brings me only 2.5 feet above level 5. Lastly, before I get out of here, I'm going to also create another level using pick lines and offset of 10 feet again. And I'm going to offset from the bottom to create a level 0 or a basement level. It comes up as level 7 because that's the default. It will always increment. But you right away change the name. I'm going to change this name to basement. And just like that, I have a basement level. As you can see in 3D, nothing's changed over here except now I have my level markers in place. So if I want to click on these walls right here and send them all the way up to the roof, I can do that by just changing this and clicking on roof. Just like that, these walls now go up to the roof. And I'll check that out again on an elevation view. As you can see, it's fine. If I wanted to readjust them and send them only up to level 4, I could do that. But I want them going up to the roof level. I'll hit apply. It's good. Now I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go to like a 3D view and just quickly create a roof on this particular thing using the level marker of roof. I know the roof that I'm going to make has a height of 8 inches, so let me create that in the east elevation view so I could see exactly how far off the roof level I'm going to be going, which I do want to go 8 inches exactly. So to make things easier, I'm just going to draw a couple of reference planes. I'm going to draw a reference plane straight up over here, straight up over here. I'll put another one here, and another one here, going upward. I want to make sure this one is 18 inches from that edge, and this one, same thing, 18 inches. Then I'm going to draw another reference plane here. That's going to be 18 inches from the top. Actually 8 inches, excuse me, 8 inches. So that's the thickness of the roof itself. So I have a sketch of what the roof is gonna look like very quickly. Done, and now I'm gonna click Roof by Extrusion, choose that flat plane over here to work on, accept that it's on the roof level, quickly sketch from this intersection to that, and that would be good for creating that roof. Gonna go into 3D, get that top-down perspective, be able to stretch it a little bit here. That looks about right. So now I have my roof, and then if I see it from the side view, you can tell it sits exactly on top of the building, exactly where I wanted it to be. I made full advantage of that level marker over here. And I have actually space from the top of my last level in between there. That gives me a lot of extra stuff to work with. In fact, I think I'm gonna make sure my walls don't start on level 1 anymore. I'm gonna make them go down to the basement, like that. So it doesn't look very much in 3D because you don't see any ground level here, but they do now go to the basement, which is good. Just to show you some stuff with the levels, if I go to let's say the level 1 view, I don't have any walls here, but I gotta show you how you start developing things in 2D in such a large building. I'm gonna be drawing walls. Let's pick an interior 5-inch wall. And I'll just do a quick set of lines. Just pick one over here and one over here and one down the middle here. So I have that, and as you can see on level 2, I do see that outline. That's called an underlay. So those walls exist on level 2 as an outline in a way where they kind of grayed out, but this thing over here, that is the actual wall of the building, which you can see does exist on this level. In fact, that appears on every level. But I don't see any underlay on level 3 because I didn't do anything on level 2 yet. So for level 2, maybe I want to go ahead and create more walls of that same type. And I could go ahead and jump right on top here and duplicate this one easily. But maybe not the other one. Maybe instead, for this, I'm going to draw a wall offsetting 5 feet from this particular side here, or the core, if I could snap to it. Yep. 5 feet from there and 5 feet from there. I want to do that. Maybe also, let's get one 5 feet from here and 5 feet from here and 5 feet from here. So I have that type of wall set up. I don't know what that would be used for, but I can do that. And if I go to level 3, see nothing over here yet, but I could fix all that. In level 3, I'm going to have to set my underlay, which is right here, to level 2. Hit apply, and there it is. So you can see that level underneath now. And that'll help you arrange things like staircases and maybe having bathrooms stacked on each other. And you could even do things, which I don't really recommend often, but let's say I like the design of level 1. I could select those items, hit copy, and then paste to selected levels. And maybe I'd like to post these on 3, 4, and 5. And then I hit OK. And then those walls then are present on level 3, level 4, and level 5, which I thought is pretty cool. And you can see that in 3D. This actually goes a little bit too high. I don't know what happened there. Oh, level 5 is the top. That's why there should not be anything there. So let me hide these particular walls here, or I don't even have to hide them. You can see inside the building that way, that where my interior walls are. Very interesting how that works, and clearly I have full control over all this using level markers and adjusting those level markers as I see fit, not in these 2D views or even the 3D view. You can adjust them in 3D view, but it's best to adjust them in the elevation views. Okay, so good luck. Manage your levels properly. Remember, you don't have to use level markers just for a floor in a building. You could put a mid-level marker in, or a roof level marker in, or anything else that you'd like to give yourself the convenience of working with when you're doing your structural design. Thank you very much.